Oh, YouTube. We're back on the Compound Fracture YouTube channel, and we have found Vernell High Noon Carpenter, the gardener. He's a carpenter-gardener. It's good. And we are going to talk to him. We're a fellow survivor, Mr. Carpenter-Gardener. What is this place? This is a PrepNet file orchard. We were a community of survivalists gathering resources to prepare for climate change, but it left us better prepared for what actually happened than most. We have things to eat. We don't need to beg. What can I buy? Fruits and berries, maybe farm equipment. We need crypto coins. Okay. We went down the Are You Crazy thing last time, but whatever. What's your story? Morning Glory. He got introduced to the movement through Mutual Aid Society. Sounds like commies. From there, it became an all-consuming part of his life to build a post-consumption world. It seems to have worked better for them than for many others. That's good. I'm glad. All the better to kill you with, my cyber deer. It can get lonely out here between caravans, but there's plenty of work and my cyber mastiffs. If a horde comes through, we hunker down in a nearby shelter if it's too large for us. Glad you stay busy. Can I do anything for you? He has a job for us. Tell me about it. I've got to maintain the orchard. Yeah, you know, he's a Zoomer. Mutual aid societies are a brand new thing. I'm pretty sure they've never existed before the last decade or so, you know. Real new. And prep for post-apocalypse and survival on the land is all very new concepts. He's got to maintain the orchard, but at nights he works on prepping winter clothes. Can we find about 50 fur pelts? Oh, right. This is the guy who wants us to find fur pelts. Well, we do intend on finding loads of meat. And meat often comes attached to fur pelts, so let's try. You share some equipment? I'm not going to intimidate him. No. Whatever. We'll eventually kill you, but until then, we'll try to fulfill your quest if we can. Goodbye, carpenter-gardener. All right. Let's roll. What are you that are scattering so quickly away? They're rabbits. Rabbit. We were going to check that gas station for maps. This is probably a good time to do that. Actually, you know, it strikes me that this infravision will be really useful for nighttime hunting as well. Look at this. We wouldn't have found any of this if it not for the night vision. This is definitely a soldier body site. It involves a bunch of zombie soldiers and a dispatch that's probably fighting the soldiers, right? I hope. Should be, I think. I hope. I think. Kamikaze drones, eh? Huh. There's an awful lot of heavy weaponry here that we really want. M38 DMR +3. I don't even know what that is, but I'm intrigued. So we have two options here. This one says it's tracking, but it's not hostile. The zombies are hostile. This one isn't. I bet it's fighting the zombies. Let's just back up a little bit and keep watch for a second or two here. And the tank is indeed fighting the zombies. That's very nice. The Migo's running that way. That zombie's following the Kraken. Let's back off a little bit more. We'll just see what happens. Might have an inn where we don't have to fight all these things. Yeah, it seems okay. We'll probably have to fight these soldiers, but probably not the other ones, I would imagine. So let's just stop driving, and we'll not die from the moving vehicle. No, that's a bad idea. Start driving again to stop the vehicle, and then stop. Stopped, right? Yeah. So we want to improve our encumbrance if we actually want to fight this guy. So let's drop the military rucksack in the back there. Now our encumbrance is very manageable. So we're feeling confident here. We can either fire upon them with our gun or try to melee them. And I think we're going to do both. We don't want to get in a melee fight with these guys because we are very weak without armor. But we're going to use our night vision advantage and our giant gun to pick them off. This one. All right, that's a bunch of dead zombies. And everyone else has left chasing after the Kraken stuff. So we're free to loot to our heart's content. Oh, there's a Kevlar zombie. Okay, well, you'll die like the rest of them, Kevlar zombie. Just take one extra shot. Okay, so the M110A1 plus 4 we already have. We want the ammo from it and the clip for sure. We might also want to take some time taking the attachments off. This M4A1 will take the clip, but we don't care about the gun. It's not as good as the 223 gun we already have. We already have 2 M1014 shotguns, so again, we want the ammo. Kevlar Zombie has an IFAK pouch. That's kind of useful. We have, like, no carrying capacity right now, though, so let's get our rucksack. We'll come back down. Wear the rucksack, please. Oh, and that's why we brought the double rifle case, too. That'll help us pick up these guns and not have to make so many trips. So that's really nice. So I am going to grab this. Oh, no, not that one. That's the wrong one. Ah, that's the wrong one, too. Boo. Okay. We're going to drop that M4A1 we just picked up. We do want that mag that we didn't successfully grab before. We did grab the HK417 mag, though. So we're going to take that gun because we can fit it in our pocket, in our bag. Morphine. Morphine's real nice. Don't care too much about some of these filthy Kevlar items. They're a pain in the butt to clean. I think that's all I want from you. Is there no Kevlar vest on the Kevlar zombie? Is that not a thing? No. Again, we'll take the clip. All these Stenag mags are just nice. It's nice to be able to have a lot of them. This is the big find. This is a mountable gun with a ammo belt of 223. Something we could easily put on this little motorbike just to give it a bit of punch. We'd rather have an M2 Browning on our bike, but I don't know. I might attach it. I might decide to. I'm not sure. We'll take the Stenag mag again. Or we're dropping it. We're dropping these mags because we're overweight. It's fine. And this is a whole lot of man hacks from this broken dispatch. That's a great find. We're way overweight now, though. So we're gonna choose a slightly different strategy here. We're gonna drag stuff because that way we can run if something scary comes. We might as well bring this riot dispatch back too, eh? Like, it might be really handy to have it just so we can potentially... I'll drop those down there too. It'd be good to have that so we can potentially disassemble it. It'll have some good stuff, probably. So this corpse has a two-way radio. I'll take it, whatever. What else do I want? Anything? Those combat boots are in good shape, so I am going to take those ones, even though they're filthy. Yeah, nothing there. And no, I don't think I am going to bother with the dissecting of these things. I think we have, like, a lot of tainted meat right now, and more will be coming. Okay, so here's the one that I was really curious about. This is the M38 DMR plus 3. It's a designated marksman rifle. It's an M27, but it's been selected for accuracy and outfitted with a power scope. So it's max range. Where's max range again? I forget where max range is in these things. Guess you have to go down. Where's its max range? Oh, there it is, 36. So it's not actually it's not that great of a rifle, to be honest. It might be slightly better than our current 223 rifle, but not much. I'm going to take it anyway. It's interesting, and it has some good mods, and we might as well just take the mods at least, right? So, yeah. Where's the stuff we were dropping? Oh, I guess I left the stuff we were dropping back here, right? Yeah. Okay. So these guys have some MREs, and that's about it, really. I guess the army helmet is probably worth taking. It has some rigid Kevlar in it. MREs again. Pretty good combat boots, sure, whatever. MREs again. Good enough. Did we miss anything? Just gonna stop hauling for a second. Herd, would it react differently with a child? Oh, I thought I told you not to haul. Okay, well, whatever. We hauled one more square, sure. So the Migo is still in the area. Not close enough for us to see, though. Oh, there's a Migo. That's a Migo. Did you kill all the soldiers? Is that what you just did? Well, good job, Migo. I approve of you killing soldiers. So we can either shoot him. Oh, we dropped the wrong gun. That's the one we picked up. Oops, we dropped our good gun instead of wearing it. And we're way overweight here. Well, okay. Let's be smart about this. We'll drop both of our packs. That's fine. We'll equip. We're probably underweight now. Oh yeah, we're way underweight now. We'll equip our lightsaber. We'll activate our lightsaber. 3 damage. Oh man, Migos are so much tougher than they used to be. We got them in a second precise hit, but still, they're tougher than they used to be. That's for sure. Where? Yeah, unwield our lightsaber so we can stop our bleeding. Wear the packs. So where are the guys you killed? Gotta be over here, right? Guess not. Oh well, whatever, I give up. We are overweight, of course. So let's just get this stuff back to the bike. Go home. Oh, there's a soldier. Well, we'll wield our gun, not the one we have with us here, but which one is it? Is it this one? I guess it must be, right? Thought we'd grab the wrong one, but maybe not. Does this one have a... Oh no, adjustable stock. It does not have the tripod on it. So it is ours for sure. All right, that was easy. Having 2 different guns for a mobile base? Yeah, totally. It's very useful. The M2 Brownings are our best vehicle weapon, and we're going to prioritize them whenever possible, but there's nothing saying we can't have, like, lots of options. So we'll take the MREs, and we'll leave the boots that are almost destroyed. Take the ammo, but leave the gun. Don't care about a shoulder strap, and that's the only mod it has. Make sure to pick up the ammo. Okay. So now we'll load all this stuff into the back. Really? There isn't enough room? We have so much stuff that there isn't enough room in our huge cargo space? That's crazy. Okay, well, let's turn on... Well, okay. First, we'll move what we can. Do we care about the ride dispatch? Maybe that's the thing we leave behind. Wow, why? It's crazy that it's this much room. I thought we had more extra space than this, right? Oh, it's the cardboard box. The cardboard box is 325 volume just by itself. Okay, that explains everything. Apparently cardboard boxes are very large. So since we're going straight home from here anyway, Let's do this. We're going to wield the cardboard box. All right. All right. Wear item, please. Now let's just... Oh, yeah, we can't haul inside the vehicle. Okay, sure. Now let's just throw everything in the cargo space. Okay, and then throw the stuff from our inventory into the cargo space as well, please. That is amusing. It's crazy that you can't, like, collapse the cardboard boxes and, like, I don't know, repair them with duct tape or something. A little bit of logic there, I guess. We'll keep the ammo clips on us, not because we need them, but just because that way... Oops. Stop, please. Because that way the we'll be able to do a quick little reload and turn around at the base without having to fiddle too much with our inventory. So we are going to stop at this gas station very briefly. We have no need for that bus anymore. All I really care about is whether or not there's a map. So let's just ignore these zombies as much as possible. It's interesting that my volume here reads as 390.05. It's very strange. Oh, it's because of the box. It's because we're holding a box that has, like, all sorts of space. Okay, got it. Actually, you know what? That's kind of handy. Those boxes would be really good for, like, transporting stuff, moving base and stuff. You could, like, just pick up a box and fill it with everything, and then easily get out of, you know, move all of your base items, carrying it one box at a time, you know? Our current balance is negative $1,900.91. The banks must still be collecting compound interest even after the apocalypse, and that's disappointing. But we've moved all of our stuff onto one cash card. That's kind of helpful. Gamma globulin is really nice. We want the health for sure. What else is there in here? A bunch of stuff we can't eat. Okay. What about here? Is there a map anywhere? Probably not, eh? Doesn't look like there's a map in here. Unless it's back behind. And it is not. No map. Okay. Well, we got a gamma globulin shot. That's totally worth it. Let's just do that now. Boom. We feel tough. We are tough. We don't just feel tough. Okay. Well, let's not drive straight through the center of town, even though we could probably get away with it in this mobile little bike here with our amazing night vision and so on, but, you know, whatever. I'm actually tempted to stop at that hospital. I bet you now that the wander spawns have wandered away a bit, it's probably not that dangerous. I mean, it's dangerous. It's going to be dangerous, of course, but not like it was. Oh, it's a hotel, not a hospital. Okay, we don't care about it, and there's also a zapper zombie and whatever. Shocker zombie. Surprised that an elephant's foot-like waste product isn't a thing. What's an elephant's foot-like waste product? I'm confused. Elephant's foot-like waste product. Probably missing some very obvious reference. Could stop for a second just to kill that necromancer. It's probably not worth it, though. If it was a zombie master, I would, but... Necros aren't that bad. Hey, I'm not alone. All right. Thank you, Raven Corpse. You're making me feel better about my ignorance. Okay. Home again, home again. So, let's be a bit choosy about what we decide to take in today. We're going to take all these guns. The ammo. It'd be nice to have picked up a second torch so we don't have to, like, move it back and forth, but it's fine. We can use the arc welder for now when we're inside. Not a big deal. I'm actually going to bring one of the what do you call it? The the jerry cans with gasoline out here so that we can reload our chainsaw and our jackhammer whenever we want. And that'll be nice and handy. It's great that we have like an engine crane, a cart saber, and a bicycle all in here. We'll take the hacks inside. We're not going to need those. Mess kit, sure. Radios. Hiking boots. All this good stuff. Books. That stuff. That. Okay, cool. Keep hearing bangs from downstairs. Don't care. Okay. Buildup of nuclear energy and waste that was growing in Chernobyl. Oh, okay, that makes sense. The only thing that stops it is bullets. Okay. There's mags in the box. I don't know what to do about these boxes. I do want to have a box with us if we ever go to a lab, because that's like a really good way into a lab, but, you know, they're so huge. Once we have a bigger vehicle, we won't have any trouble, though. So, that's the thing to do. Can we build a bicycle rack right now? Huh. I don't know. Should be mechanics, right? You'd think. Is it called a bicycle rack, or is it called something else? I think it is called a bike rack or something. Bike rack? No. What's it called? I'm actually gonna, like, pop out of the game for a second and check it out on the Google machine. Because I forget the name of the thing. It is a bike rack. Weird. And it's in books we have. So we should be able to make it. I guess we need a bit higher fabrication to be able to read the recipe. I think that's the problem. But, I mean, we definitely have the stuff. So we need fabrication. We needed that anyway. Let's read about fabrication. But first, we should cook up all that mutagen before it goes to waste. So let's worry about that one first. We're going to make, like, lots and lots of mutagen. Look at that. 55 tainted meat. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. 18 mutagen. Whew. Nor. We're getting 18 mutagen, people. It's a wonderful thing. Cool, yeah, I'll totally check it out. I like random stuff like that, especially when it's like super dangerous and might end the world, you know? It's good. I like dreaming of my inevitable demise. Well, that was cool. Now we have 18 mutagen in a... Oh, more than a gallon jug can hold. Cool. Oh, I don't mean cups. I mean bottles. You didn't want it in a plastic cup. Oh well. Drink some water. Okay, so let's read about fabrication. We'll first read these new books that we just picked up. Shotguns to 3 is nice. Then we'll read about fabrication, but I'm going to turn on my smartphone. Play music, please. We'll read DIY for a level. I think once we get to level 5, that's probably going to be enough. We are very tired, though, so it's going reasonably slow, despite our music. So you know what? Let's sleep for a bit. And we'll start reading. We'll start back to work in the morning. So turn that off. turn our photophore off. And put on our blindfold. Put on our earplugs. And sleep the sleepy dreams of mutants. The bullet statement wasn't a joke either, or someone shot a chunk of it off, and that's the best solution since machines fry. Oh, that's neat. Some things only respect blunt trauma. Learned today about just how close Japan was to being in like serious disaster after their nuclear disaster a few years ago. I think that's something that isn't so widely understood. Most of the talk I hear about Fukushima is about how badly it polluted the oceans, right? And I mean, it's true to a degree. It was a pretty big spill of nuclear waste into the ocean, that's for sure. But when you compare that to other disasters that have involved nuclear weapons and intentional tests, it's not out of line with what we've been doing all the way up till this point. It's just another nuclear disaster to add to the list. But it was very close to losing the spent fuel containment in all 4 reactors. And they did not lose the spent fuel, as it turned out. They saved it. But if they had, and we can eat ravioli, that's a good thing. If they had lost the spent fuel, there were plans in place to evacuate the entire population of the country of Japan to China. And that's terrifying. It might have actually made Japan unlivable, like the whole country of Japan, if the worst case scenario had happened, which fortunately it did not. But that's enough to scare you a little bit. Stop reading, yes. We're going to listen to some music. We want to eat some mutagen. We're just going to do that. Like, part of me wants to wait until we can, like, be a bear, but, like, we're not waiting. We're just gonna start loading the mutagen. So, our chitinous armor turned into chitinous plate. We got an animal discord mutation. Okay, or a chitinous plate. So chitinous plate is still only reducing the dexterity by 1. It was 1 before, and now we just have like super thick armor plating. So that's cool. Yes, we do still use nuclear energy, and you know the real dumb thing, right? To me, in my mind, is like they call it the Ring of Fire for a reason. There are arguments towards using nuclear energy. In some ways, it's scarier than fossil fuels or whatever, but in other ways, it's better than fossil fuels. There is an argument to be had. Yay, back to extremely strong. Woo. And we did 2 of them there. We just ate the whole pile of 2. So, yeah, we're strong. We're real strong. That's good enough for now. Just do 3. What really fucks with me in terms of still using nuclear energy is that we still have power plants places like the east coast of Japan, which are earthquake-prone zones that are also prone to tsunamis and have historical records going back like countless generations of being hit by all these ridiculous tsunamis, one after another throughout history. And yet we still think that's a good place for a nuclear power plant. It's kind of nuts. And I mean, maybe nuclear power is, I don't know, okay? I don't know if it's a good option or not because I'm torn because on one hand, fossil fuels are awful and power plants don't emit that much fossil fuel energy, although the mining of the what's the word for it? Uranium. Uranium mining does use a lot of energy. But on the other hand, my greatest fear, really, in terms of like immediate potential for human society to be wiped out, is that if the spent fuel is not carefully monitored and controlled for like hundreds of years now, it will irradiate the planet. Like what we've done with nuclear power up to this point requires constant maintenance just to stop the planet from being irradiated and killing all of life. So that's not great, you know? I don't necessarily trust our species to do well with that. It's quite a responsibility we've given ourselves, but oh well. I guess someone has to be responsible. It might as well be humanity, right? Dour stream today. Dour irradiated stream, which somehow fits with the whole theme of this game, so I'm going to go with it. And I'm going to eat some curry just so I'm happy. Happy while also being dour. And we'll continue with fabrication reading. We have our phone on, right? Yeah, we do. Yeah, the most geologically unstable areas in the world. That's the stupid shit. That's the stuff that like I can understand bad decision making or like short-term kind of greedy decision making in terms of what we build. Like that makes sense to me. But what doesn't make sense is why that Fukushima plant was built on the east coast of Japan instead of the west coast of Japan. Because the west coast still has earthquakes, but not quite as close to the epicenter. And it doesn't have the crazy, crazy tsunamis that just take everything out like once a century. You know, so seems to me that the place to build the plant is where there's no tsunamis when all else is equal, right? Like you'd think like it doesn't, there's no advantage to where it was built at all. And we knew better. You know, anyone who does any reading into historical records of the country of Japan prior to, you know, European dominance of the world and whatever, really, really understands how common these tsunamis are. They're throughout recorded history. So it's ridiculous. It's not even short-sighted. It's just not trying to see at all. Pretending you're blind and then going, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. Well, okay, maybe you should have looked a little bit, just a bit. Okay, so what are we doing? We have the DIY. We're going to drop it. We're going to look at bike racks because we've gained a level of fabrication. And indeed, bike rack is here now, so that's great. So we're going to reload our arc welder with a big-ass battery. We'll use one of the high-capacity rechargeable ones. And then we want to make 4 bike racks. Bike rack. Oh, I should have done a batch. Bike rack. Batch. Okay, we can't do 4. We need more pipes. And we need more short ropes, too. Huh. Well, what do we do now? I guess we go down and get more pipes from the same place we found the pipes before. Short ropes are going to be a bit more challenging. We'll just need to, like, stop by every single vehicle on the way back and take all the seatbelts. And we need some more scrap metal, too. So let's go back down to where we found the... I wish I'd marked on the map. We probably remember where it is, though, I think. We'll go back downstairs. Oops, is that the wrong button? This one? I always forget how to turn that back on. There we go. Yeah, well, so we'll find the pipes, we'll find the scrap metal, and then we'll come back up, and then everything will be grand. This time, though, we will remember to wear an additional bag, because that was the thing we regretted last time. Maybe we'll carry up a box full of stuff. That seems like a really good idea. So we can grab one of those boxes and hold it, and then pick up everything and put it in the box. It'll be perfect. And look at this. We've lost our knowledge of the surroundings again. Are we not wearing glasses? What's happening here? Do we somehow lose our glasses, take them off without noticing or something? What if our mutations forced our glasses off? That would be really bad. We do have eyeglasses, so... Oh, we just had to move because we were still impaired by the box, and that happened last time too, I think. Okay, sure. Yeah, we lost our map again. Do I have stairs marked anywhere? Probably not, right? No. Oh, dear. I do not like this short memory. It's a real problem. Okay, so I'm going to mark us downstairs here. Go down. I remembered where we left that. Oh, we didn't see the zombie dog last time, so we're obviously not going the same direction. But we might as well just zap him. Now we have a UPS, right? Oh yeah, we're fine. Okay, done. Man, that sound effect is terrible. I don't know why the game put a lightsaber sound effect in, you know? It certainly wasn't me doing that. I wouldn't make such a fool of myself. We could get into this room, quite easily with our jackhammer, but, there is a fire axe. I mean, we could trade some gas on our jackhammer for a fire axe at some point if we feel like it. It might be worth it, but let's not bother now. I will mark it, though, just so we know. If we ever decide it's worth it, we'll grab it. I don't see why we need one, though. We have, like, wood axe and a hatchet and stuff, and we certainly don't need a better melee weapon than we already got. We got a nice one. A very, very nice one. So I seem to remember it being kind of on this end of the map, up here somewhere. Maybe this way. Oh. Oh, here we go. Here's some fences. It's not what we were looking for. It's not the same spot we were looking for, but it'll do. Squish. Okay. What are you? Gamma globulin. It's the second one of those we found recently. So let's beat up the walker first. With our lightsaber. Oh, no pipes. Boo. Okay, put out the lightsaber. Wield a thing that's slightly heavier than a lightsaber, perhaps. I guess my gun. Sure. Tool belt. Now a plank, maybe? Where? Bashy, bashy. Better rest. You know what? Screw this. Give me a pipe. Drop the stinking plank. Yeah, man. Fusion's been 10 years away for like the last 50 years, but I hope it's true this time. That would be great. That's like just the thing we need to fool ourselves into thinking we're doing enough to save the world. Okay, let's start moving this stuff over. We should have brought our shopping cart down here with us, eh? That would have been nice. Oh, well. We're running for some reason. That's fun. Come on. There we go. Wire, pants on fire. Okay, so let's see what we can actually pick up here. We might even be able to grab all of it, you know? That would be cool. We totally can. We can grab all this stuff. And that should be plenty of both scrap metal and wire to make the bike racks. We're well overweight. We'll just have to stop and rest every once in a while, and we'll be fine. You think the planet's recovered? Seems like, it seems like although we have certainly cut down on our fossil fuel use this year, that it hasn't been a huge decrease, like a relatively small decrease in fossil fuel use compared to the norm. Especially since, like, for instance, aircraft are such a huge deal for fossil fuels, and they're all flying anyway because the same passenger jets that airlines use are carry our rapid delivery cargo, right? Like, the cargo planes are the passenger planes. So they're still going full out trying to bring people their online shopping goods. To me, that's one of those unfortunate catch-22s about the world as it stands right now, is ultimately the source of our destruction is our mass consumption of goods. And there's no will out there to stop mass consuming goods because our entire economy is a house of cards that relies on that, right? So that's trouble, basically. I don't know really how to solve it. So anyway, let's carry all the stuff with us that we need to make the bike rack. So we'll bring like 20 pipes and 40 scrap metals or something, and then we'll grab ropes on the road. I guess we'll just take all of the material we have with us because it's not that big. Just dump it in like that. Maybe turn off our phosphor or our photophore so we don't get all the attention in the world here. Economy or strong suit, yeah. Economy is fascinating, and it's especially fascinating since it matters so much, you know? I always find anything that, like, so drastically influences our day-to-day life is very interesting and very important in my mind. Okay, so we are going to bring some more welding tanks, and we'll make sure we have enough welding tanks to finish the job. What else do we want here? We have no extra mags for our 308 gun, so that's fine. We might want the drill. That's worth taking. Firearm repair kit has some tools we don't have on our body, but that's fine. I don't think it's important. We might consider bringing a mess kit. That's probably worthwhile, just so that we can... Oh, and a soldering iron for sure. And a tailor's kit. These are all things like tailor's kit and mess kit that, like, if we decide to stay out for a long time, we'll be glad we have them. We have welding goggles already out there, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we need meat. We do want to bring our gallon jug full of mutagen, because of course we do, obviously. There's the gallon jug of mutagen. We also need our motor, which we cannot carry, which makes sense. But we will take it. We don't care about a vehicle welding rig. It's nice to have those things, but we have so many welding tanks, right? Like we don't give a crap about saving power. Like we got all this acetylene burning a hole in our pocket, as it were. But we do need the... Oh yeah, we have all the carts and stuff, right? So we'll take some of these medium disposable batteries, or actually these medium rechargeable batteries we'll take. Take a few, because we'll want those for some of the tools we're bringing. And we'll bring some of these more dead light batteries as well, because we can charge those up and really use them. What else? More wire? I mean, I guess so. Sure. Is there any of this stuff we actually need? Probably not, right? We do want to bring the plutonium cells. Some of the plutonium cells. Okay, so let's come back and bring... We don't have a reactor, unfortunately. We don't have an extra battery. So we're going to have to find a battery while we're on the road. Like a storage battery. And that's fine. It's not a problem. Oh man. Actually, if we even manage to maintain our current economic progress, you're cautiously optimistic that fossil fuels won't be much of an issue by the time. Yeah, I'm not at all worried about fossil fuels running out. That is not my concern at all. My concern is that we're now 46. We have now 46% more atmospheric carbon dioxide than we did at the beginning of the industrial era. So we've currently increased the level of CO2 in our atmosphere by 46%. Might be 48. I think might be probably a bit higher by now. But anyway, I am of the opinion that even if we were to completely stop our emissions of fossil fuels today, that the climactic norms of the whole interglacial period are done. We've done enough. We've manipulated the climate enough now that it will not go back to normal. And we just have to deal with the consequences of that while minimizing damage as much as possible. It's a very sad thing. But the world will be destroyed by fossil fuels long before we run out of fossil fuels, especially with offshore drilling and tar sand fuel and stuff like that, unconventional sources. Okay, so we're going to take the jerry can that's full of gasoline. And we wanted to take the... Where is it? Right, plutonium. Oh, actually, we don't care about plutonium because it's not like we have any... It's not like we have a reactor anyway, but we need the engine. We want the electric engine. So where is it? What? Why can't I find the engine? That's awkward. I mean, it's just a gigantic upgraded electric, like enhanced electric engine. Like just leave it lying around somewhere, I guess. There it is. It's an enhanced electric motor, not an engine. I see. Okay. So I think that's all we need to bring. I think. And I'm probably forgetting something, but I'll just have to come back for it, I guess. Okay, so we should be able to get our vehicle, our new home on the road with this, I think. We need to get some seat belts, and we need to get a storage battery. And if we can find those two things. The storage battery might be a hard one because we have marked some solar vehicles, but not anywhere nearby, I don't think. I think we marked them all like way down south. So like, yeah, here, 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 here. And that's it. All in this city, we marked a whole bunch of solar vehicles, but that's it. Okay. Maybe we marked the battery somewhere? I think we might have marked a battery like a limo or something, like a luxury RV maybe. Yeah, we marked a storage battery down here. Only the one, though. So that's slightly more accessible, but still not accessible enough, frankly. So we'll just go off on this this car and try to find one. We will take the seat belts out of this if we can do it easily, which we should be able to. Let's turn off the headlights. Okay. Stop the car. Let go of the controls. I guess we need a light to do it, which might not work out well for us. Remove the seatbelt. Need a light, yeah. Okay, well, there's baddies out here. What are they? Zombie runner? Sure, whatever. Wield our... And we have a welding pipe in our backpack. That's nice. Oh, there's a sandworm. Okay, well, we might have to kill it, too. Kaboom. That was an earth-shattering kaboom. And now we're being, like... We're being clung to by a lot of zombies. So let's just be all, like, evasive today. I'm in the mood for evasiveness. Well, I'm in the mood for evasion. Simply because I want them near me. Then I can run away and not get shocked. So, let's not get shocked. Let's go away now. Before that shocker zombie gets us. Okay. There are still a couple zombies in the neighborhood. We'll have to kill them with our knife, though. Wield the knife. Okay. Nothing interesting. We can't eat fruit leathers, which is sad. So we're going to hide here a little bit and see if we can remove these seatbelts quickly. Oh, we want to light, yeah. Photo 4 time. Activate Photo 4. I've noticed that it hasn't turned on in a while with the reflex. Oh, we do still have the reflex. I thought maybe we might have lost the reflex Photo 4, which would have made me very happy, but no. Can't be that lucky. Used to rain goops of black ashy goo? Yeah, totally. I don't think we can adapt to climate change. I think there's very, very densely populated parts of the world that will be so warm very soon that they won't be livable for the summer months. And that will create a terrible refugee crisis like we haven't seen before. And we're not dealing with the current refugee crisis very well, so good luck. Good luck on that one. Humanity. Hey, a fire axe. We don't need to break down that thing after all. Good stuff. The black globs of goo. It's an interesting thing with those. I mean, that's soot, right? That's like heavier carbon particles that the reason they end up raining down on us, of course, is because they're too heavy to stay up in the atmosphere for very long. And they were terrible, and it's good that we're filtering our exhaust now in a way that won't produce that kind of effect. But in terms of the climate, those actually had a mitigating effect on climate change because they blocked a lot of the sun's radiation from reaching the Earth. So when we had the soot, we were actually a little bit protected in a strange kind of sense. It's the same with air travel, right? Air travel creates a lot of water vapor, which is enough to actually meaningfully counteract the effects of climate change a little bit. So that was one thing that I was curious whether it would happen or not this year. And I don't think it really did. I'm not going to stop here. I'm not going to deal with another little army of zombies. I don't care right now. We got 2 seatbelts. We only need like 1 more, I think. So what was I saying? Yeah, air travel. So the moisture content of the water vapor in condensation trails behind airplanes is actually enough to block out a significant percentage of UV light, of the sunlight. And it sort of naturally increases cloud cover, right? Or artificially increases cloud cover. So if air travel had straight up stopped this year in 2020, which it really didn't, but if it had, we would have seen a warming reaction to the stopping of air traffic in the short term. In the long term, of course, it's a good thing. But these systems, climate systems, are so monumentally complex that they're extremely difficult to come to any understanding of the way the broad system works. All we can do is identify the trends and kind of prepare against them, but we don't know what the details will be, that's for sure. Anyway, maybe I should talk about the game, right? That's what y'all came for. Society threatening, not humanity threatening? Sure. The things that are humanity threatening are things like what I was mentioning earlier about the nuclear waste. You know, if society declines enough, and I don't think that's going to happen, frankly. I think that we'll always understand enough of the consequences of what leaving that nuclear radiation alone would do that we'll find some way to stop it, I think. But you know, like the idea of like huge chunks of humanity dying and other huge chunks of humanity having no parent nation and having to wander the world in search of basic supplies. That's not species level extinction, but geez, it's quite a thing. It's something I'd rather avoid, ultimately. Yeah, and the computer models become divergent. And one thing computer models cannot predict very well is tipping points. We know that there's a system of various tipping points associated with climate change. One of the simplest ones to explain, of course, is the undersea sulfur vents in the permafrost under the oceans. You know, so we don't really have any sense of how much of an impact the tipping points have, and we can't program them into a computer model without that knowledge. So that's a big part of where the models diverge, is they're all making assumptions about how bad the tipping points are going to be, when they're going to hit, that kind of thing. Okay, here we are. So the first task, now that we're back at our at our permanent base. Oh, that feels good. Feels good to say permanent base. First task is going to be to clear out all the local flora and fauna. Ready the way. So, in order to do that, I'm going to drop all these bags I'm carrying. We'll keep the gun, though. Then we'll light our energy saber, and we'll also light our headlamp so we can see despite the effects of the energy saber cutting down our vision range. And we'll just kill anything that comes to get us, basically. Being way more honest to say that some models are pretty scary, but the reality is we have no clue. I don't think that's true at all. We know what's happening. We know it's bad. We know it's in fact very bad. We don't know precisely how bad it is. But that's like saying, if you drive your car off a cliff, depending on the way the car hits the ground at the bottom of the cliff, you might not die. You might just break a bunch of bones and live. Or you might die. So what we should really say is that we have no idea what would happen if you drove your car off a cliff, right? Because we don't know whether it's going to be really bad or death. So we don't know, so we shouldn't say, right? And obviously that's bad logic, right? When you apply it to like driving your car off a cliff. But it seems to be a very popular notion when we talk about climate change, and I don't really understand why, personally. I don't think it's that useful. Okay, so right, let's eye on the prize here. The first thing we're going to do is cut ourselves a doorway here. Okay, so we have a doorway. Maybe the first thing we should do actually is remove these external tanks with their diesel fuel here, and then put a bike rack on the back, like right away. So let's do that. Bike rack. We should have brought everything we need to actually build the... Oh no, we didn't bring the book. Oh, we didn't bring the DIY compendium that has the recipe in it. Oh, ugh. Oh, boy. Okay. Right, so we either go home now or we go home later. I don't know. That's frustrating. Well, I guess let's do what we can now. Just install a heavy-duty door and go from there. Oh, what do we need for a heavy-duty door? Heavy-duty frame. Didn't we just take that off? Maybe not. Maybe we need more frames as well from somewhere. I guess we do. Okay, well, it looks like we need a few things, so... There will be a heavy-duty frame in this stow board that we'll take off, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh, we want to take off these boards where the windshield should be, where we're going to build a windshield, so... Those are boards we can get. What happened? Why don't we have light anymore? Why is it very dark? That was our photophore. I thought we had our photophore on. Did we have our energy sword on? Oh, we did. The energy sword was lighting us up. Okay, so I'm going to drop the UPS. We're going to control the electronics and charge the UPS. And then we'll use our photophore like we meant to. So, right. We were removing the windshield area. That's right. The reality, too, is that we still needed a battery as well as I mean, we didn't need a battery because we could have, what we could have done is just hooked it up to the, take that UPS and wear it. We could have just hooked this, the bike up to the back of the car. And if we'd done that, it would have transferred, like, once it's on the bike rack, they share electrical systems. So that would have worked. But whatever. Okay, so, yeah, keep removing the windshield. What? Thought we had a photophore. We have a sword on and a photophore, right? So why can't I see what I'm doing? How does that make sense? What? Very dark. What are you talking about, game? We're glowing. How are we very dark? We've been using this photophore for light for, like, a long time now. Is it because we mutated away from having a full-on photophore? Is that what happened? No? Why is it dark, then? Did we accidentally wear our blindfold? I don't think so. That's strange. Oh, now it's bright. Okay, whatever. Sometimes I don't understand you, game. But we get along anyway. That's what friendship's truly about. Okay, so, are there guns? No. There's a Mark 19 grenade launcher on the top of this thing, but no grenades for it. I think at this point we can just safely go back to the base, and we do want to find a storage battery and some sort of military-grade windshield. Those are two things we don't have yet. How much space do we have? We have another 200 worth? Sure. Okay, well, let's take the short rope and everything back with us. And now that we have all those ropes that we've found... Actually, I'm going to do one more thing before we leave. I'm going to take out the passenger side 5-point harness. And I'm going to take out the seat belt here on the bike. And I'm going to install a 5-point harness on the bike. And that's going to protect us a bit. So we'll put the short rope in the trunk there. Turn off the photophore. Turn on the headlights. Did I already have them on? Is that what happened? Turn on the headlights. And head back. We left both of our bags. We should probably pick those up on the way. Let's do that. Where? Stop the thing. Travel pack, where? Oh, the travel pack was in the... Yeah, we don't need the travel pack. We want the military rucksack and the hiking backpack. Yeah, I mean, on one hand, how would a 5-point harness work on the bike? On the other hand, this is hardly a bike. This is like heavy-duty frames, steel battering ram, giant enhanced electric engine coming out of a Tesla, you know? It's like... It's a bike in name, but in practice, it's like a high-end, like, extra heavy sports car, like maybe like a Dodge Viper or something that happens to be really skinny. And it has a basic leather seat from a car on it, too. We're seeing our map disappear right there as we drive, so, like, that map lasted less than half a day. Our memory's terrible. And it looks like we're at the end of this here episode. We're going to continue working on our mobile base, and we will get it up and running in the next hour-long episode. But until then, good night, YouTube! Yes.